in good condition? 10? 15? 15 once? 15 twice? Is that minimum?
I don't know.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
6 hours. I had more fun with that than the original Blue.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to sell all 3 of these at once. Is there a minimum on these? Okay, we've got Neon Genesis Evangelion Comic Tribute. And we've got the Evangelion 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 collected volumes in 2 books. This is the Viz Media manga adaptation, publication of the adaptation, along with the comic tribute.
$5.
5?
10.
10?
15.
20?
Yeah.
Do we have a minimum on this? Clear. Okay, cool. I've got 20. I honestly would throw money down, but let me tell you about my expenses recently. Says the guy who was just talking about getting back from Maui. That's part of it. So I have 20 here. Do I hear 25?
25.
25. Once. Twice. Sold! 25.
There we go.
Okay. Cool. Grab me the from back there. That's where I'm selling this. So the expenses straight. I make I was going to say decent, but statistically it's in a moderate amount of money. I make enough money to afford a condominium, like I have a mortgage and shit like an adult. A 15-minute walk from my downtown office of the company I work for. And that was about half of the money that the bank wanted me to spend on my mortgage. They were like, you make how much? Here's a big pile of money. Buy a house. And I'm like, I'm gonna take this much, thanks. So I make enough. And then I went to the bank and I said, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double my mortgage payments so I pay it down faster. And they're like, okay. And then I was like, also I wanna contribute this significant portion of my income to my RSPs every month, because fucking taxes, and this will be great. And they're like, okay. And then, between fucking November of last, I keep extending this. I used to say 3 months, then I was like, nope, 4, 6. No, since November of last year, I have had $1,000 in unexpected expenses drop on my lap every fucking month. Cancer scare from the cat. I have really good, if you guys have a pet, get Trupanion insurance. They're amazing. Super, super high deductible. Like the first $700 you've got to pay for. So that's expensive.
You can change that.
Yes, you can change. I'm paying $25 a month because I raised that deductible. And I think for most people it's like $50 a month. But so I'm paying $25 a month. The first $700 of illness I have to pay out of my pocket. Then the cat almost died. And Trupanion paid $9,000 of the bills. And the cat's fine.
Hey.
Yeah, then I went to Maui and he got so stressed by my not being home that he gave himself a UTI, which cost me $400 fucking dollars. That Trupanion was like, well, you didn't hit 700, so pay it all yourself. And I was like, fucking damn it. So the Maui thing, I was like, I'm just gonna hold off on vacations. I've been spending a lot of money, and like my margin of like being able to afford shit every month, it's like, okay, I know I can repay stuff. $1,000. I mean, I had the $1,000, and then I was like, another 1,000? Jesus, this is getting a little tight. And this month I was like, Jesus fuck, okay, bank, let's scale down the mortgage payments, because it's been $1,000 a month. And they're like, okay. So now I'm fine. And then I broke my fucking sink.
Now you bought from IKEA.
Yeah, no, shut up. And then so now I'm like, okay. But I'm not paying I have friends they were like, you're paying how much for your mortgage? And I'm like, this. And they're like, that's more than I make in a month. And I'm like, yeah, but I want to own the place sooner. So I pay less than that now, but I'm just like, the cat got sick, and then my sink died, and tax bills, Jesus Christ. So when I say I went to Maui, I mean, I've spent enough that my credit cards are like, we will give you a free $600 round trip ticket to Maui and back. I'm like, okay. And my sisters are like, just sleep on the couch in the condo we're renting. And I'm like, okay, so Maui for like a week and a half cost me $300 cash because of a bunch of circumstances lining up. That's why I went to Maui. It's not because I was like, let's go to Maui. Money, 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 money. Generally speaking, don't go to Maui unless you have money to spend because holy shit, it's expensive. The food is expensive. So if you go from Canada to America, food costs half as much. You're still saving money even with the dollar where it is. But then you go to Maui and it costs half as much again. Or sorry, it costs 50%, like the prices in Maui are the same, or the number is higher than it is in Canada, and then you add the exchange rate on top of that. That's how expensive Maui is. Don't go to Maui unless you have money, or don't mind eating ramen, expensive ramen. Anyways, so now I'm not gasping for money, but it was a close run.
Blank stare.